Welcome to MySQL webinar series from JPassion.com. Today's topic is MySQL Workbench. So let's actually start with a very short presentation, and we're going to actually do hands-on app. So what is MySQL Workbench? It provides the GUI tool for working with MySQL servers and databases. So everything that we have done so far was actually through the MySQL client shell running on the command line tool on the terminal window. Now you can do pretty much everything that we did on that terminal window using MySQL Workbench GUI tool. So it supports MySQL Server version 5.1 and above. There are two different versions, two different editions. One is free and the other one is commercial. So we're going to work with Community Edition, which is free. So Workbench provides the three main functionality, SQL development, data modeling, and server administration. We're going to actually focus mostly on SQL development and server administration, and we have actually one more session, which is January, I believe, 8th. We're going to actually cover data modeling in a separate session. So in SQL development, it enables you to create and manage connections to database servers. And again, you can do pretty much anything that you are able to do at the terminal window using the Workbench. Data modeling enables you to create models of your database schema graphically, and it does let you do reverse and forward engineer. So we're going to actually try reverse engineering today. Basically, you can actually create a model from the live database, existing database. Forward engineering is basically you create a model and then you create a database schema. And you can also edit all aspects of your database using comprehensive table editor, meaning you can actually, change the contents, you can add columns, whatever you want. Okay. All right, server administration, and it lets you again administer your database server from the GUI. All right, so let's start with the lab. So you are going to install MySQL Workbench, going to this website, and you are going to download whatever platform of your choice. And basically, once you download the zip file, all you have to do is just unzip it using your favorite unzip utility of your choice. I use JARXVF, and then you're gonna just double-click MySQL Workbench. Okay. And then MySQL Workbench gets started. So that's what I have right here. Okay. All right. So exercise 2, we're going to actually try a few user operation on SQL development. So here, first of all, you are going to start MySQL Server, of course, and then we are going to manage connections. So we have to create a connection first. So I have already created a connection called My Connection. To the database server. MySQL server is up and running at the moment, and you have to provide a password. Okay, and then connection is made. Okay, all right. Now you are going to do a few things. So here you can see, three different functionalities I mentioned. You can do SQL development, data modeling, and server administration. Again, we are going to focus on SQL development and server administration today. All right, so edit table data. So if you just click it, and it's going to choose whatever connections you have. I have only one connection here, so I'm going to just go to next and finish. So these are the databases to the server that are present in the server. So if I choose my DB, and it shows all the tables, so departments tables. And you can see columns, indexes, and foreign keys. So, and you can select rows and edit table data. So if you select the edit table data, then you should be able to see the contents of it. And if you want to add another data, all you have to do is just go over here, and I'm going to just say department ID is 5, and this is test data. Okay, so you can just add data to the table right there. Okay, so you can copy to the clipboard and send to SQL editor. So, and then alter table, drop table, and refresh all. Again, these are the things that we practice. I mean, we play around at the command line. Okay. All right. So that is basically edit table data. So that's what we just did. And you can also execute SQL statement from a file. And you can certainly create the SQL script right there, or you can open a file. So here we're going to just try edit SQL script, and we are going to read SQL file from this hands-on labs SQL scripts directory. So we have a join tables create foreign key SQL file. Okay, so go to home and edit SQL script, and again you choose your connection, and here we're going to actually select SQL file from this hands-on lab and open it and finish, and then you can execute it. So this is actually execute this SQL file. So this has been executed, and you can export it. So it basically export to in this case, I'm going to just choose the name test. Okay. And that's CSV file. So if you just open it, you can actually open it from Microsoft Word. Okay. All right. So that is what we just did. And you can certainly edit this SQL file. So you should be able to add, for example, I'm going to just add select from employees SQL statement into this file. And again, you should be able to execute it. Okay, so that's the result. And filter, so you can certainly filter. So if I just say JA, you can see the result being filtered, okay, right away, right? So if I say C, then I should have just one, okay? So that's filter. All right, so those are the functionality, SQL development. Again, things are pretty obvious. Next exercise is reverse engineer an existing database. So here, you happen to have existing database, and you'd like to actually create a model from from that existing database. Okay. So what you're going to do is we are going to actually go to home here and database and reverse engineer. And again, you choose your selection, the connection, and so I'm going to reverse engineer a database of MyDB that is present right there. So click next and next. And you can import table objects and routine objects. And so we got about 8 table objects and 24 routine objects. So you can certainly filter, so you don't have to actually copy everything. You can just, have only this, okay, instead of the whole thing. Let me just choose this 5 like this and execute. Okay, so now you have these models created. Okay. All right, so let's reverse engineer. We just this. And yeah, you can certainly find out these tables. Okay. Yeah, so you can edit tables, and you can certainly change those the attributes of these columns. Okay. All right. So that's what we just did. All right, next one is server administration. So in order to administer a server instance, you have to create a server connection. So basically, I'm going to go to here, and you're going to actually click the new server instance here, and here you choose this connection. So I have already done that. So I have actually created my connection server instance already. So now if you double click it, then you should be able to perform various administration. So you can find out the server status. So you can see server health, traffic, connection usage, and query cache, the hit rate, key efficiency, and things like that. Startup and the shutdown, and the status of system variables. So if I like to find out all the server system variables, I should be able to find it. This is DB, and this is all. So it covers all the variables, and this is a server log and options file. So this is a configuration. So basically, I don't have the configuration file. That's the reason it actually complained about it. But you should be able to save it at this point. So you can just set this options file. Okay. And users and privilege. You can choose a user, particular user, and you can assign the administrative roles and account limits. Okay, in terms of maximum queries, maximum updates, maximum connections, and concurrent connections for that user. And the last one is data export. Okay, so you can choose a particular database and you can export, and this is actually for import and restore. So it's very, basically MySQL Workbench provides a GUI tool for the things that you want to do, either as a user or the system administrator. All right, so that's pretty much what I have. So today is relatively short presentation. So let me make sure